I'm Jake from Cyclocross Magazine. I'm here with Geoff Kabush, the current Canadian cyclocross champion. He's also a member of the Canadian Olympic mountain bike team and the most successful North American mountain bike rider of this year. Kabush won a World Cup on the fat tires this year, and has transitioned well into cyclocross, taking home a number of top finishes. Let's get to know him better, shall we? Geoff, what's your favorite race of all time?
Probably Granada for the course, and Portland for the atmosphere. I love the technical speed on the hills in Granada. I'm kind of getting tired of fairly flat and soft courses. I can't wait to hear the drums beating in Portland. That really gets me fired up, to pound it out in the mud.
What's your favorite race so far this season?
My favorite race so far this year is probably the Planet Big E Cup in Wisconsin. It was a really well laid out course. I just wish we got a few more thunder showers during our race, and not on the ride home.
So if you just won a race, what's your ultimate post-race meal?
My ultimate post-race meal after a win, it would probably start off with a nice Belgian beer right after the race, maybe some pumpkin pie or something salty. Then I would go get cleaned up, and meet up with everyone at a relaxed restaurant for some good grub, probably something saucy, maybe a gourmet burger, with more drinks, and a simple, maybe, chocolate dessert. I say a relaxed restaurant, because after a race the engine is usually still burning, and I start sweating bullets when the food goes in. Once I get really soaked I like to slick my hair sideways like Freddie Mercury. I have actually had some good sweat-offs with TJ.
Sounds pretty gross. Beyond sweat-offs, what's the biggest achievement of your career so far?
In my cycling career it would have to be winning the MTB World Cup this year, up in Bromont. On the cyclocross bicycle I guess it would have to be winning the Gloucester GP back in 2004. It has been a bit too long since I have won one, so I hope to change that in Portland.
If you could be anything besides a bike racer, what would it be?
I'm a big sports fan, so if I couldn't be a bike racer I probably would have chased another sport, maybe soccer, or ping pong. Maybe poker, the payouts seem to be higher.
How did you get your start in cyclocross? What were your biggest influences?
I think I did some of my first cyclocross races down in Seattle with a couple friends, Pinner, Andrew Pinfold, and Carter Hovey. That was in '97, when the Super Cups were going off. There was a lot of excitement around the races, so it left a little bit of an impression. I started getting into it again about 5 years later with my teammate Peter Wedge. He was one of the original godfathers of Canadian cyclocross who stuck it out in Europe, so I learned a lot off him.
What was your first cyclocross bike?
My first real cyclocross bike was a yellow Jake the Snake.
Nice. That's named after me. So, if you could win any one race on the calendar, which one would it be?
I would really like to win a USGP in Portland. I really love hanging out there, drinking coffee at Albina, breakfast at Gravy, and I love the atmosphere at the races. I will have a lot of family and friends coming down from Canada as well, so it would be nice to win in front of them.
Who is your biggest rival on the North American cyclocross scene?
Based on this year it seems like every race I do I seem to be battling it out with Chris Jones. I wouldn't really say we are rivals though, as we are both just fighting together trying to get to the front. I don't really know Chris well enough yet to truly heckle him like a rival. My biggest rival, or the guy I like to trash talk the most, would probably be Tree Boohoo. I like to give him a fist to the neck before the race, or ask him if I can borrow his brain, because I'm building an idiot. It is mostly in good fun, but I have one strategy I'm not going to reveal until I beat him again, probably in Portland. Hopefully he doesn't cry.
Just to emphasize, Treebone, if you're listening, that's all in good fun. So enough of rivals. Who is your cyclocross idol?
Idol is a pretty strong word. I don't know if I have a bike racing idol. There are guys I really looked up to as role models when I was younger. Dave Wines, Johnny T, Chandro, and I would like to emulate T Brown or Ned Oberend after bike racing is finished. I'm impressed by guys that can reach the top of the sport and still enjoy themselves. I'm impressed by Sven Nyse's cyclocross riding, but then he kept sitting on my wheel at MTB Worlds, so I had to abuse him verbally. Also, he was wearing tight jeans and a cowboy hat around after the race, so I can't call him an idol. I was really into basketball when I was younger, so I was pretty inspired by Steve Nash, who, like me, was a relatively short white guy from Vancouver Island. He went on to achieve great things against the odds by working incredibly hard.
Got any pre-race rituals?
Before a cyclocross race, I like to have some good coffee while trying to come up with a few heckles to use on the start line to break up those awkward competitive silences. For example, asking the roadies if they have put on a few pounds because they are looking a bit tubby.
Thanks a bunch, Geoff, and best of luck for the rest of this season. Thanks everyone for watching, and be sure to tune into our live coverage this weekend, November 21 and 22, of the Whitmore's Landscaping Supercross Cup. We were giving away some great swag from Zip during the coverage, so don't miss it.